2.
My guest is Gary Stokes, the new executive director for Friends of Seven.
Friends of KSPS, and I couldn't be more thrilled to be here.
Now, what brought you to Spokane, other than the job? But why Spokane?
Well, I was living in Birmingham, Alabama, working for the public broadcasting network there, Alabama Public Television, and I was approached by a headhunter about the possibility of looking into this job. And when you're working in the PBS system,
yes,
there are few legends. Patty Starkey is one of them.
Yes.
So that was a bit daunting to think about that possibility. But the more I heard about the position and the more I read about Spokane and
sure,
living here in the Inland Northwest, it was an opportunity that I at least wanted to explore, and I was fortunate enough to survive a distinguished group of finalists.
Patty's been around for a number of years, and I think she's become a fixture. I hope you stay as long and enjoy a good stint here at KSPS. You did something very unusual a few weeks ago with Downton Abbey, which has really become quite a hit.
It's become one of the new tentpole shows for PBS, and we were fortunate enough to have the opportunity to bring it to the people here in this community.
Why was it so popular?
Well, I think when you look at it, and what I said when I was hosting the Downton Abbey Day a few weeks ago, that it appeals to everything that people love about watching television. Okay. It had the classic love triangle. It had intrigue amongst families. You have the upstairs, downstairs part of it, where
yes,
you have the aristocrats and then you have the people who serve the aristocrats. So there was something there that everyone could get behind. And if you've ever watched any of the traditional shows, the Dallases, the Dynasties,
right,
the Knots Landings,
right,
and you watch Downton Abbey, you can get caught up in it immediately. And for us, it was an opportunity to not only bring that program to people here, but also to use it as an opportunity to talk about some of the other quality programming that we have on KSPS.
Yes, because sometimes public television is so narrow in terms of interest, and programs like Downton Abbey, I think, open it to a lot of others. Don't you?
Well, and I agree, but I also think, too, that PBS is one of the last of the classic broadcasters.
Yes.
So many people out there have established their own niche. You have a channel for this, you have a network for that. And we're one of the few that actually still broadcast. Depending on what time of day you're watching and what you're looking for, we've got something for everyone. And I think that makes us still a great point of entry and a destination point for the average viewer.
So what's new coming up?
Well, Sherlock is coming back. And
good. My wife will be happy.
We're excited about that. So I think that Downton Abbey has sort of re-energized the whole genre of not only the costume drama, but also the classics.
Yes.
And the reimagining of the classics is one of those things that has everyone excited. But also, we've got a number of other things coming, not only on the national scale, but also on the local scale. We tend to do a lot of different programming at different times of the year. We're in our middle of a pledge period, and when we're doing pledge, it's always an opportunity to bring some new and unique programs. Tony Bennett's Duets is one of them. We've had another performance by Jackie Evancho on our air.
Yes,
and
saw that. It was very good.
And our friends from Celtic Thunder have a new show out, and they're going to be coming to town, and we're looking forward to having people come visit us and take advantage of the ticketing opportunities for that.
Sure. Locally, KSPS has done a good job over the years in terms of hitting some of the issues and some of the things I think of health matters. What other programs locally are you proud of and will continue with?
Well, one of the programs that I think is a crown jewel of what we do locally, and one that I don't think has gotten nearly the attention that it deserves, is a program called Northwest Profiles.
Yes.
Northwest Profiles has been a fixture on KSPS for 25 years.
That long.
Now, when you think about a program on a local television station that's been around for that long and doing that kind of work, and for us, it's particularly important because our coverage area spans Spokane and the rest of eastern Washington, northern Idaho, western Montana, and then up into Canada with almost all of Alberta and parts of British Columbia. So that's a great wide area to cover, but it's a great opportunity to tell a lot of great stories. And Northwest Profiles has been doing that every month for the last 25 years. So it's a great program. If you haven't had the chance to watch it, I think it's one that you should, because it tells stories that you may not know, or stories that you're going to be able to share with your friends and neighbors.
And I think there's a lot of curiosity. That's why we started this program, to talk about businesses and organizations, because in the traditional broadcast sense, there's the news, and so much of that is negative, you know, if it bleeds, it leads kind of thing. But I've found that there's a hunger out there to learn about things in Alberta and other places that we might not even travel to, or much less hear about, and to have a chance to expose that to the public. What's new on the agenda? Anything new that's coming up in terms of local programming? I mean, you're going to stay with the successful ones,
certainly.
obviously.
Northwest Profiles will continue. Health Matters, and you already talked about that. And what's great about Health Matters is that it's truly an interactive program.
Yes, because you can call in.
You can call in, you can email in, and that's where we have the opportunity to really touch people. And when some of the topics that we've covered, everything from dentistry to depression, when people call in to those programs, they're really looking for answers, they're looking for help, and we have the experts there to provide it.
Right.
And what's great for us is that when we bring those programs to the masses, we're actually performing a public service.
Yes.
And at KSPS, we've found that the more interactive we can be, the more that we can give the public an opportunity to be part of what we're doing, the better off we all are. You mentioned Downton Abbey Day. When we did the Downton Abbey Marathon, we combined that with an opportunity for several of our viewers to come and watch the finale at our studio.
Yes, yes.
And what was great about that event, we had people who dressed up in period wear. We had people who came in who had never been to a television station before. And for them to have the opportunity to be around a group of people who enjoyed that program as much as they did, we made a lot of friends that night.
Sure.
And that's what we're all about, because one of the things that I've always tried to live by is that anyone can take money out of a community, but a real community partner is someone who gives something back.
Great.
And by providing that open opportunity, I think we've been able to make those connections that are going to serve us well.
How do people support KSPS TV?
Well, there are several ways to do that. Obviously, we derive most of our funds from our members. We have 30,000 members that are all across the viewing area, and more than half of them from Canada.
I was going to say, yes.
So that's helpful for us. But we also have a group of people who are sustainers, and these are people who believe so much in what we do that they allow us to take money from their checking accounts or their credit cards, and they just say, you know what, here it is. I love what you're doing. Just take this out. Keep it up.
Yes.
And then, of course, we have our major donors who donate to us at the level of $1,000 or more, and that's a nice base of support for us, because these are the people that when we have a major initiative, they're the first ones to volunteer. But we've got a great list of corporate partners. We have the Spokane Aquifer. We have Providence. We have all of the different businesses in and around the area, not only here but also in Canada, who go out of their way to show their support for what we do because they believe in what we do and the product and the services that we provide.
It's got to make you proud, doesn't it?
Well, I love what I do. I love going to work every day.
Yes.
I love being a part of this community, and I love being able to be part of an organization that gives back.
Welcome to Spokane.
Thank you very much, Kent.
Our guest has been Gary Stokes. Thank you very much.